Changing a tyre is one of those things everyone thinks is really simple, but that's not always the case. And if you're not sure what you're doing, it can be quite stressful. Rule number one when you get a flat is to pull over as quickly as you can do that safely. That means avoiding stopping on a bend or anywhere there's poor visibility. You'll also need firm, level ground to jack up the vehicle. Now, some vehicles won't actually have a spare tyre. They may have run-flat tyres, which have reinforced walls that will allow you to drive for up to 100 kilometres after a puncture. Or they might come with a repair kit that you can inject into the tyre through the valve. Either of these should get you safely to a mechanic or a tyre shop where the tyre can be repaired properly. Then there are vehicles that come with a space-saver tyre, like this one. They're smaller and narrower than normal tyres. They'll get you out of trouble, but they can only be used for a limited distance and can't be driven at more than 80 kilometres per hour. Once you've got a suitable location to change the tyre, switch on your hazard lights, make sure the handbrake is on and the car is either in gear or, for an automatic, in park. If you have a safety triangle, place it well before your vehicle to alert oncoming motorists. Remove the jack handle, wheel brace and spare tyre from the car and place on the ground. This is to avoid any unnecessary movement of the car once it's hoisted. Finally, before lifting the car, loosen the wheel nuts slightly, but don't remove them entirely. Different jacks have different instructions and every car has a specified jacking point. Be certain to familiarise yourself with these before hoisting the vehicle. Instructions must be followed exactly. And never place yourself under a vehicle that is hoisted by a jack. Jack the car up slightly to secure the jack under the car, but not to raise the wheel off the ground. Then, once you're sure of that, continue jacking the car up until the tyre is approximately 5 to 10 centimetres off the ground. Remove all the wheel nuts from the studs and store them in a handy place. Remove the flat tyre, roll it out of the way and lay it down on its side so it doesn't roll away. Roll the replacement tyre up to the vehicle. The tyre now needs to be lined up with the wheel studs. This can be a little tricky, but with a bit of effort, it should slip on without too much hassle. When placing the replacement wheel on, try to keep it as upright as possible. This will help the studs align with the holes in the wheel rim first go. Once the wheel is located, replace the wheel nut onto the top stud, as this will help to keep the other studs located on the rim. All wheel nuts can now be secured finger tight. Using the wheel brace, slightly firm up the wheel nuts. They don't need to be completely tightened at this stage, but the wheel does need to be positioned correctly. Lower the jack and vehicle. The wheel nuts should then be fully tightened using the wheel brace. There's no need to stand or jump on the wheel brace. The correct torque can be achieved using arm strength. Replace the wheel cover if necessary. Collect the flat tyre, wheel brace, jack and safety triangle and store them securely. You can then get back on the road, but don't leave it too long before you get your damaged tyre repaired or replaced. You never know when it can happen again. And driving for too long on run flats, a temporarily repaired tyre or a space saver can be dangerous. And remember, I'm here to help.